Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fit Facts and Freedom podcast. I'm your host, Liv Murphy from Liv Murphy Fitness. And today I'm super excited. I'm bringing you guys a masterclass. So I am just going to wait a few minutes to see if people hop on. And if you are watching this later, you can skip the next few minutes because I will just be waiting here for some lovely ladies to join me. All right, well, I'm going to get started and hopefully some more people will jump in as we go. I usually start masterclasses by telling my own story, but I'm today just going to share a little brief message about who I am and what I do, and then get right into it and also share a client story today. Yeah, because a lot of the people who I've been talking to that are interested in this class are people who kind of know my story and have heard me tell it several times. So I wanted to skip over that for now, and just give a brief summary of what I do and who I am, and then get right into it. So if you're hopping on, make sure to mute yourself. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So I am Liv. I have a Bachelor of Science in Applied Human Nutrition, and I've been a personal trainer for 4 years now. I specialize in weight loss clients, and today I just want to share with you guys a little bit about my best tips on how to lose weight sustainably. So I will also mention, if you're hopping on, that I'm going to be posting this video. So it's up to you if you want to be in it or not. So yeah, if you don't want to be in it, you can turn your camera off. If you don't mind, then that's okay too. Okay, so I'm going to try and pull this up here. So I do have some slides for you guys. Okay, sweet. So welcome to the easiest way to lose weight sustainably masterclass. These are some of my client testimonials, just a few, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Tiffany, this one here on the left, and her story and how she got started. So Tiffany, or first an overview. So I'm going to first talk about Tiffany and her success story. Brief intro about myself. I have lost 70 pounds twice. Once while I was a university student and once after I had my daughter. But we will get more into Tiffany's story. She also has a little girl, as you can see here, and her partner actually gifted her a program last Christmas. So it is marking 1 year of her journey so soon, and she has made incredible progress in this last year. So I can't wait to share with you guys her story. And after that, we're going to go into ways to stay motivated, the first steps to take in the gym and with nutrition, and how to progress them as you go, and then how to beat the all or nothing mindset, how to overcome gym anxiety, and then we have some time at the end for some Q&A. If you have any questions, please just save them to the end, and if you don't want to talk on the video, you can definitely add them in the chat. So this is a little bit about Tiffany's story. Her journey with me started last Christmas. It was 6 months after she had her daughter. And she shared that she was around 245 pounds. She was tired, achy, mentally exhausted, and really just exhausted in general. Like I mentioned, she was gifted a 6-week program, and she went all in on the 6 weeks and noticed changes already in her confidence and her energy, mentally and physically. And I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, so she decided to commit to doing another 26 weeks with me, and she absolutely killed it. She lost 70 pounds, and her goal was only 50, but she kept pushing, and she is still pushing. Yeah, and she did that by learning the importance of protein, really committing to her workout routine, lifting weights, and doing it in a really sustainable way this time. She has surpassed her pre-baby weight and is still pushing to get to a lower weight and pushing to be stronger as well. And it is just so amazing to see her progress in the last year. And I really like what she put at the bottom here. baby steps put together, compound over time. Set goals and let Liv help you get there. You won't regret it. I'm sure I don't, and neither does my little girl, which I think is really powerful because obviously no one's perfect. My journey wasn't perfect this year. Her journey wasn't perfect. She traveled. She went out on dates. She went to parties, functions, all those things. But you're a product of what you do most of the time. So all those little steps that you take on a regular basis are going to add up, and it's going to benefit everyone in your life. So, how to stay motivated? So, the first thing you need to do is just make the decision that this change isn't going to change, that it's really you're just going to stick it out this time and not look back, because a lot of people are looking at these quick fixes all the time and thinking that, they're going to work really hard for a couple months and get to their goal, and then they can just go back to where they were before, and keep their goals, which just doesn't work. Even if you stick to a really extreme deficit for a couple months and you lose 20, 30 pounds, if you just go right back to how you were living before, you're just going to gain it all back, sometimes even more. So making the decision that you're just going to keep going this time and do it in a sustainable way is the first key to making a big change in your life. And also with that is ditching the all or nothing mindset. Like, it's not going to be perfect. The only thing that stops most people, and the only thing that you really need to push through, is when you mess up, when you have a cheat meal, when you go on a vacation. You just need to get back on track and try not to go way overboard when you are on a vacation or you do have a cheat meal. But even if you do go way overboard, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference if you just decide that that was one off and you're going to get right back to what you were doing before and the changes that you were trying to make in your life the next day. It really won't make a big difference in the long run. And then the next thing in terms of mindset and staying motivated is setting goals and knowing your why. So really breaking down your long-term goals into shorter-term goals and goals that are based upon actions and not results. So yes, it's great to say that you want to lose 70 pounds this year, but how much does that equal in a month? So about 6-7 pounds a month you want to lose if you want to lose 70 pounds in a year. So to do that, you need to figure out how you're going to do that. And then that should be your goal. Your goal should be to get movement in every day. Do 3 strength training workouts a week. And on your rest days, go for a walk or do some form of cardio or recovery. Those should be the goals that you're really focused on. And that makes it so much easier to feel accomplished, because the weight really does take time to come off. And healthy weight loss is like 1 to 2 pounds a week. So being proud of yourself for the work you're putting in, every single healthy meal, every single step, every single workout, increasing your weights, all of those things are more important than focusing on the number on the scale. And it's going to make your journey more positive and make yourself feel more confident in the beginning, because you're doing what you said you're going to do, and your goals are based around the actions you're taking and not the results you want. But in turn of taking all those actions, you are going to get the results and you're going to feel better about them. And the other thing is knowing your why, okay? Because starting this journey is going to affect so many other things in your life apart from your weight. Like, it's going to better your relationships. It's going to better like your health in so many ways. It's going to better your career or your education if you're in school. I know when I was on my journey and I was a student, like when I was on the journey the first time, I found a huge difference in just my mental focus and my energy and my capacity to do university when I started being healthier. And it wasn't when I was restricting, because when I was in first year, I was a little bit over exercising and restricting, and I had so much brain fog. I was tired all the time. My immune system sucked. because I wasn't prioritizing nourishing my body. And I was just really just tired, exhausted, like not fueling myself for my workouts. But when you're really, really good with nutrition and supplementation, amazing things can happen with your mental health and your focus and your mental clarity, which also isn't like just going to help you with school. If you're already in your career, having like extra focus, extra clarity, and extra confidence are obviously going to help your work too. So back to knowing your why. Clearly, you value some of the things I just listed. If you value family, if you value your relationship with your partner, if you value your work, if you value school, if you have had family members who have had serious health problems and you just value living a long, happy life, focus on those things, right? Because when your why is just looking better, it's not deep enough to help you on those hard days. And one exercise that I like to do and like to get my clients to do is something called 7 levels deep. So you just basically ask yourself why 7 times. So like, why do you want to lose weight? And say, oh, well, I have a trip coming up, or I want to be at my goal weight for this summer and feel confident. Okay, why do you want to be at your goal weight for this summer and feel confident? And just keep going deeper and deeper until you really get to like how you're feeling now versus how you want to feel. And knowing that why, no matter what it is, whether it's, your kids, whether it's your job, it's going to help you, because a lot of people don't value fitness high until they realize how much it impacts every single aspect of their life. So really getting into that is what's going to help you push through on the hard days. And the third thing is having accountability. And sometimes that can be a friend or a partner, but also a lot of my clients have mentioned to me that they've tried with friends and partners and it doesn't work as well because you don't feel that bad about canceling on your friend or your partner. You're not paying them, and you can also just like tell your partner or your friend you want to like go grab a drink instead of going to the gym one night, right? And depending on the friend, they might agree to that and say that sounds like a great idea and go with it. Maybe you do have a super great friend who does keep you on track, and that's awesome, but you need some sort of accountability. You need a group, you need a coach, you need a friend or a family member that's going to push you, and that has huge benefits. Like that really makes a difference. For me, it made a huge difference because all the other times I tried before I was a Beachbody coach, I didn't follow through. And while I don't entirely agree with everything that Beachbody gives you or their structure, I did really enjoy the group aspect and the accountability of having a coach and having a whole group of people doing the same program and going through the same thing with you, because it really does help you to stay on track so much more than if you're just really trying to go at it alone. So those are my 3 tips on how to stay motivated. All right, so the first steps to take in terms of mental, physical, and nutrition. So for mental, I always say to ease into things. Habits are built slowly, and that's what you want to do when you're really trying to change your lifestyle, is to slowly change your habits. So I usually give new clients who like have been sedentary for long periods of time 3 full body workouts a week. They're probably going to be quick, like 45 minutes, and they're probably going to start with machines if machines are something that they have access to. Not all my clients have a gym membership. Some have dumbbells at home, but still it will be a full body split for the first 3 weeks. Even if they're coming in to see me all 3 times and work out with me in person, I always ease into it with a couple full body workouts a week. And that is for a few reasons, but we'll get more into that when we talk about the physical aspects. But we're talking mental right now, so we're easing into it. I don't want you to be sore your first week and like feel like you can't walk for days. That is not my goal, and a lot of people do that to themselves in the gym too. they start with this workout split that is so advanced and it's broken down into different muscle groups. And that's not where you want to start. Your body that hasn't worked out in however long probably cannot handle a full leg day. It probably won't be a good idea. And then rest and recovery are really important aspects when you're trying to make progress. And habits are built one step at a time. So start with 3 workouts a week. Make sure you can do that for a while. I think 3 workouts a week is going to help you see progress for one, and it's also going to be attainable. So like, even if you work super long hours, if you work 12-hour shifts Monday to Friday, cool. You can do a workout on Saturday and Sunday, and then maybe Wednesday, midweek, you get one done before or after your shift, and you still have your evenings to relax on the other nights. So 3 I find is pretty attainable for most people, and that is why I start there. And changing your nutrition too in very small steps. I always look at how people are eating right now before I give them a plan on how to change that. Because if someone is eating like 2,500 calories, I'm not going to give them 1,500 calories, right? Because their body's used to eating 2,500 calories and they can't have that drastic of a change. They're going to be starving. So I'll give them like 2,200 calories and exercise. And if they're hungry, I'll tell them to eat a little bit extra protein, but they probably won't be hungry because the plan I give them will already be more protein than they were eating prior, which is going to keep them full for longer periods of time. And then a lot of the time, even though I decreased people's calories by a couple hundred, they tell me that they feel more full than they ever have because they're eating more protein. And that's what protein does. It keeps you full, helps you grow your muscles, helps you maintain your muscles, and helps you recover. And then the other thing in terms of mental aspect that is super important is progress over perfection, losing that all or nothing mindset that I've already kind of mentioned today is another key to conquering this. Like, if you have a bad day, it's okay. If you're sick and you miss the gym for even a whole week, it's fine. Just keep going. Like, things are always going to come up, vacation, sickness, all these things. But also, side note, your immune system is also something that's going to improve when you work on all of these things. So if you are sick all the time and you hate it, that's another good reason why to really start. But like I was saying, all these things are going to come up: holidays, birthday parties, nights out with friends. Like, it happens. And you're a product of what you do most of the time. So as long as you don't let that get in your head and think, oh my gosh, I've had one bad day, it's not even worth it anymore, I might as well just give up now, and you just keep going, then you are going to see progress. The thing that stops most people from seeing progress is their own mind. And the fact that they think that, I ate a whole pizza because, pizza was in front of me. I haven't had pizza in a month. And they think that that one whole pizza, even though it is a lot of pizza and a lot of calories, is going to like devalue that whole month. And it's easy to think that too, because if you were to weigh yourself right after you ate that whole pizza, your body's not used to that much sodium, that much calories. So your weight could go up like 5 to 10 pounds, but most of it is just extra food in your body and water retention. You didn't actually lose all that progress. And if you were to just ignore the scale and get right back to what you were doing, those 5 to 10 pounds would be gone in a matter of days, because that's all it is: extra food in your stomach and water weight. And a lot of people don't get that. Like, I've gone away to music festivals for the weekend and gained over 10 pounds, but it wasn't actually fat. Maybe like a pound of it was fat because, I went a little overboard and it was like a 4-day trip. But when I weighed myself and I came back, I knew that it wasn't a huge deal. Like, it would be gone by the end of the week. And it basically was gone like 8 days later. But that is a little excessive. One cheat day won't really affect you for more than like 2 days if you just get right back at it. Okay, so moving on to physical. Like I've already mentioned, 3 full body workouts a week is the perfect way to start. And then I usually progress people to taking those 3 workouts and breaking them into muscle groups. So I usually do a pull day, back, rear delts, and biceps, and then a push day, which is chest, triceps, and shoulders. And then the third day would be legs. And I would have them do that for like another month. That way, the muscle groups get used to having a little more stress on them in one workout. And it also gives that muscle group a longer period of time to recover, which is super beneficial because you're only hitting it once a week instead of 3 times. And then from there, I'll add more workouts in. I'll break it down into smaller muscle groups or single muscle groups and go 4, 5, 6. I never do 7. 4 to 6 workouts a week. 7 can be like a walk and stretch day because most people will definitely need that by then. But I don't even myself give myself 7 weighted workouts a week. 5 or 6 is perfect because, like I said, recovery is super important also. Machines are great in the beginning because you don't need to worry about form. You can push heavier weights than using dumbbells. So that's a great place to start. But if you only have dumbbells available to you, like you have an apartment gym and, not a lot of machines, just dumbbell, cable, cardio, I can totally work with that too. All my programs do have videos that come with them to check the form. And if you are concerned about form for anything, I always answer questions when we get on check-in calls as well. So you don't need to worry too much about that because if you are doing something wrong or you feel like you're doing something wrong, you can always bring it to me. Even over Messenger, if we don't have a call booked, I will send you a video of myself doing it with some tips so that you know that you are doing it right and you're confident. And then, like I said already, recovery is so important. So I don't even work out every day unless you consider a walk and a stretch a workout. But to me, that is more so recovery and light cardio, which is also really beneficial for those recovery days because you can get your calories burned up a little bit while your body's recovering and warm it up a little bit so you can stretch out those sore muscles. Okay, moving on to nutrition. So really, I think a customized approach is the best way to go at this because, like I said, you want to make small changes, but you can make these small changes on your own by doing things like prioritizing protein. You want 30 grams a meal, which a lot of people are like, whoa, that's a lot when they first start looking at what 30 grams in one meal actually looks like when you're looking at different foods. But definitely starting your day with at least 30 grams of protein is going to be key because the more carbs you eat earlier in the day, the more you're going to crave later in the day. And like I said already, protein keeps you more full for longer and helps with the recovery and helps you build muscle. And even if you're like, Liv, my goal isn't to build muscle, it's to lose weight. You want to build muscle while you lose weight because first of all, that's what's going to give you that toned look instead of like a skinny fat look. And second of all, your body burns more calories when you have a higher muscle mass, like burns more calories just throughout the day. Like your BMR is how many calories you burn in a day at rest. So if you were to literally lay in bed all day, how many calories your body would burn just by like functioning. And it increases as your muscle mass increases. So that will help with fat loss. And then more fruits and vegetables. Fiber is important. Carbs are not the enemy, although you do want more of your carbs to come from fibers than sugars. So avoid like the packaged things, the takeout, stuff like that, and eat good fibrous carbs like quinoa, rice, sweet potato. Bread is fine. Bread is not the enemy either, although it is carb heavy and I wouldn't eat a lot of it. But you can definitely have bread and then fruits and vegetables. Okay. So those are the kind of carbs that you want in your life, and you want to avoid like the takeout and the packaged snacks. Although I do approve of protein-based packaged snacks, not all the time, but as a little treat now and again. They make so many crazy protein snacks now, like Pop-Tarts and cinnamon buns. Like if you've gone into a supplement store lately, you know that there is like endless options. And I find that like if you are craving a cinnamon bun, that is definitely a better option. So yeah. And then proper hydration. You need at least 3 liters of water a day, and most people don't get that. You should make water your go-to drink, unless it's like a protein shake, but you do want to have a lot of water. And I find the easiest way to do that is to buy a massive water jug and carry it around like it's your child. That way you can't forget about it. Or another thing I like to say is like before or after a meal, chug a glass of water, before and after a meal, sorry. That way, you know, you're getting water in, and it like putting it before and after a meal makes you like remember it and creates more of a habit than just trying to get it in at like weird times throughout the day. And then minimize takeout and alcohol. I'm not saying cut it out completely because that is crazy. And I occasionally have takeout and alcohol. But like not every weekend. It doesn't need to be every weekend. And then find healthy alternatives. So, like I was just saying, craving a cinnamon bun, they sell those at Popeyes with 20 grams of protein in it. Perfect. TikTok is a great resource for this. People have thought of literally everything. If you have a Ninja Creamy, there's a million protein recipes for ice cream on TikTok. Even if you don't have a Ninja Creamy and you're like craving Christmas cookies of some description, if you type in protein Christmas cookies in TikTok, I'm sure you will have like endless amounts of cookies to choose from, or high protein mac and cheese or high protein pizza. Like someone has thought of literally everything that you could possibly be craving, and it is probably on TikTok, and you can probably find a healthier alternative. What I usually look for are the ones that share what the calories and macros are, as well as the recipe, so that you can know exactly how much you're getting without having to plug numbers into like food tracking app and try to figure it out yourself. It just makes it a little easier. So yeah, these are the first steps to take, and kind of how to progress them as you go. Yeah, moving on. So how to beat the all or nothing mindset, which we have already talked about a few times. So I feel like the problems that I have listed here are what has created this all or nothing mindset in most people, and how I think you can get over it and move past it and kind of solve these problems that you're facing and why you have this all or nothing mindset. So the first thing is diet culture. Like literally every time I open my phone, I see like people selling a new weight loss product, and it is so annoying. I absolutely hate it, because everyone is promoting these quick fixes, and you know I used to promote them, and I know that, and I feel ashamed about it. But ignoring it is your best bet, and taking a customized approach or just a healthier approach where you follow the things I mentioned, like adding more protein to your meal, adding more fruits and veggies to your meal, drinking more water, minimizing takeout and alcohol. That is a good solution. And absolutely ignore everything you see online. You do not need Ozempic. It's going to cause so many problems, and you're not going to get the benefits of working out. Like the only benefit you're going to get is the weight loss. And I honestly would rather gain all the weight back overnight and do this whole journey again than not see all the other benefits, like the benefits to your mental health and to your relationships and to your career that happen from working out. Like I've had clients, this is kind of me going off on a tangent again, but I have had clients who have had crazy things happen to them while they're improving themselves. Like some have got divorced and are getting remarried like shortly. And then some got like crazy job promotions and like so many positive things. I mean, not that divorce is positive, but they found someone way more meant for them because they valued themselves and started working on themselves. And they got a promotion because they were way more confident. So like all of those things are the amazing things that happen when you really take care of your body. And all of these quick fixes and products, A, probably won't give you results, and B, aren't going to do all those extra things for you. And then the next thing is social media. So ignore the ads, not worth your time, and unfollow accounts that don't serve you. So if you're following people who, are out partying every weekend and you want to go out and party every weekend with them, unfollow them. Or if you're following people who are promoting quick fixes and all of that nonsense, unfollow them. And even just like negativity, like I went on a super unfollow binge not that long ago. Anyone who posted anything just negative in general, I was like, don't need this negativity in my life, because like seeing all those quick fixes and people going out and drinking or doing anything really that doesn't serve you or you don't want to do, you don't need to be looking at it. It's not going to help you on your journey. The next problem would be instant gratification. So, people want a quick fix, obviously. They want to see the results immediately and think that's what's going to motivate them to continue. But when you see the results that quick, what you're doing isn't healthy and you're probably suffering in other areas. And you're probably not going to stick it out long term if that's the case. You want to feel amazing while you're doing it and see improvements in your sleep and your energy and your focus and your career and your relationships and all of those things. That's what's going to keep you going and like results in strength, results in inches. Like you don't need that instant weight loss on the scale to keep you going when you're doing it the right way, because you'll see positive changes literally in every area of your life. Another thing would be confusion. I would just say that there are a good chunk of people who don't know exactly what to do because of social media and all these ads telling you to do extremes and completely different things. And like I said, unfollowing would be your best bet, but also educate yourself on what your body really needs. Work with a coach, do your own research, but be careful where you look for research, because like I said, there is so much conflicting information out there. And then lack of support would be another thing. So like, even if this is why I don't do this anymore personally, if you buy a meal plan or a workout plan or both from a personal trainer, nutritionist, dietitian, whatever, and the plan, it's just a plan and it doesn't come with check-ins, it doesn't come with, long-term coaching, it doesn't come with that support, then there's a good chance you're not going to beat the all or nothing mindset, because you don't have that person who is on you, reminding you all the time that one bad day is okay, and reminding you that you can keep going, and that the only thing that is going to stop you from achieving that goal is your mindset and yourself and this pattern of thinking that you were trying so hard to break. So the solution to that is just finding a coach or a mentor who can really help support you in that area. All right, this is a good one. How to overcome gym anxiety, because I've been seeing working with a lot of clients lately who experience this and like the gym that I work out of, because of the fact that people don't have memberships there. You only work with personal trainers there. So a lot of people come there who have experienced this, which is why I really wanted to include it today. So the first thing is your mindset. So I just want to remind you that literally everyone else in there is focused on themselves and is not concerned with what you're doing. Even if you think they're looking at you, they're probably like looking through you. Like if you see me at the gym, I probably don't see you. I am probably in my own little world focusing on what I'm doing. And I feel like most people who are very experienced in the gym will also say the same thing, and that if anything, they're judging themselves and critiquing their form and, being like, I look a little bloated today, way more than they are critiquing the new people at the gym. I personally think it's awesome when I see new people at the gym. If someone were to ask me something, I would definitely help them. Sometimes if I do notice, but like I said, I am in my own world. But if I notice someone in the gym, even if it's a gym that I don't work at, like struggling to do something and I know that they're new, I will go just like be like, hey, do you need some help with this? Do you want like a demo? Because I genuinely want people to succeed. And most people in the gym are like that. This is not like high school and everyone's like, oh, do you see that person? They clearly don't know what they're doing. And if they are doing that, they probably are in high school, or they obviously feel pretty shitty about themselves and they're just putting that on you, which is silly. So most people I talk to, though, are not focused on anyone else really. So that's the first thing you need to know, is that everyone's in their own little world. No one is looking at you. Even if you think they're looking at you, they're probably looking through you. They're probably zoned out, just looking straight ahead in their own little world. So just don't worry too much about other people around you. And if you do need help with something, staff at gyms are usually pretty helpful and open to helping new members, just like show them how to work a machine. Start now, okay? You know that the gym is going to be packed in January. So why not get on it now? Go start your gym membership and get used to your plan and get used to your workouts and the equipment before it's packed, because right now is dead time. Like the gyms are as slow as they're ever going to be right now and in the summer. So what a perfect time to start, because then you won't feel like everyone's all looking at you, because you'll have so much space. There won't be that many people there. And when the crowds do show up in 2-3 weeks, you'll be a lot more comfortable and have a plan going in. It is a little intimidating when you walk in the gym and you're not entirely sure what to do, what order, what machines, how many sets, how many reps. So having a plan going in is key. And a customized plan and a personal trainer is great. But like even just a plan. If you need help with form, though, a personal trainer would be your best bet to show you everything you need to do in person. But if you have like on your phone videos showing you the machine and describing them and have the title of the machine, it's usually pretty easy to find. And with my programming, I make sure that all workouts have a video with them, so you know what you're looking for and you know what the form looks like. Okay, so that is all the information I have for you about how to easily and sustainably lose weight and keep the journey going. So I would like to share with you my December offer. It is a promo because the December bonus comes with all the supplements that I take and recommend to start your journey off strong and really start seeing so many benefits of having, proper nutrients and proper nutrition. And a lot of the time when you are in a deficit, or even just like eating a typical North American diet, you don't get all the nutrients you need. So my December bonus comes with all the things that I take and I think are worth taking. It also comes with a weekly personal training session for 3 months, so that you don't have any guesswork about how to do anything or where anything is. You get a customized meal plan that is updated as you wish or as needed. So like if you've been at it for a while, I think you're nearing a plateau, I will change calories and macros. Or if you're just tired of the meals, I'll change those too. And then it comes with a customized workout plan, which is updated as you progress. So I usually don't make a client do the same thing for more than 4 weeks unless they have been at it for a while. And then we just make slight progressions, but the plan stays similar. And this program has a results guarantee, which is one thing I think is super awesome about it. So basically, you get an app where you log all your workouts, all your food, and you can talk to me on it. And if you can just commit to doing 75% of it, that is leaving so much room for balance and slip ups and all of those things, vacations, whatever. If you just follow 75% of the plan, I will coach you until you reach your goal. It will be a realistic goal within the time frame that we set, obviously. But this is because I'm confident that if you do at least 75%, you will reach that goal. But if it takes a couple extra weeks, then I am completely okay with that, and I will help you get there. It also comes with weekly nutrition and mindset modules, so you can learn how to keep progressing long term. I really like to teach people the why behind all the things they're eating and the whys behind their meal plan and the whys behind the supplements. So they know what they should be looking for and what it benefits and what changes they'll need to make as they go. And then mindset is really just a lot of what we talked about today, like setting goals, staying on track, staying motivated, focusing on your why, beating that all or nothing mindset, all of those things. And those mindset modules can be applied to literally any area of your life, and setting goals in other areas as well, which I think is super cool. Bi-weekly check-in calls with me. So we get on a call every 2 weeks and go over how everything's going, talk about anything you want to talk about, anything you need help with, and then I'll update anything you want updated, or we come to an agreement that we think would be best if we updated. 24/7 messenger access to me, and that can be for literally anything. So if you want some extra motivation, extra support to just get your workout done one day, that's okay. If you have a quick question, if your meals aren't prepped and you need like a last minute meal to reach your goals, all of that works. You can message me all of those questions, which is super helpful because it's like having me with you all of the time instead of just that 1 hour that you get with a typical personal trainer. And then you also get a supportive community. So all my clients are in a group chat, and we do wins and struggles every week and really just cheer each other on and talk about our goals and our wins and all of that stuff. And then, yeah, like I said, the December bonus. So I am going to open it up. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself or type in the chat box. And if you are all good, I will sign off. All right, so I don't see any questions popping up. If you do have any questions after the class is over that you think of, totally feel free to message me and ask them. Otherwise, I hope you got a lot of value out of this masterclass and hope to chat with you soon. Bye.